Today we're going to be doing our newborn assessment. We just got this baby from the mommy, she just delivered, and we're going to assess her. So the first thing we want to do is get her warm. We want to stimulate her, so we're going to dry her off really good. We want to stimulate her to cry and breathe and open her lungs and clear them out. We want to position her head down and suction, so we're going to suction her mouth first and then her nose. And we want to lay her on the warmer to keep her warm. We're going to dry her off really good. And we're going to place a cap over her little head. We're going to assess her using the APGAR score at 1 minute and 5. So we're going to listen to her apical heart rate for a full minute. I'm going to note her color. She's pink and she's not pink like she's supposed to be and not blue. We want to assess her her respirations and her respiratory effort. So she's not retracting any. Her muscle tone and her reflexes. Usually whenever they are born, they are kind of in a ball to stay warm, and if you pull, then they have resistance and they just flex right back up. You can grab her little hands and set her up, and her little head stays up, so that's good. She's not flaccid at all. She's grabbing my fingers. If you tickle her little feet, her little toes open up. Put your little hair back on so you don't get cold. You can also tickle her little back. And usually they turn their little bodies whatever way that you are. Whatever way you're tickling them. And you can have them walk. If you put them here, they'll take little baby steps. Okay. Alright, and then you also want to check their umbilical cord. You want to check for any bleeding and check for 2 arteries and a vein. We want to get her her vital signs, so we're going to get an axillary temperature, and we're going to listen to her her heart rate, check her respiratory rate, and we're going to do a blood pressure, usually around their ankle with the appropriate cuff size. And then you want to check her pulses, her brachial pulse and femoral. And we're going to do a head-to-toe assessment, checking for any abnormalities. She is like symmetrical on both sides. Her little eyes and everything are even. Check their skin, their hands, their arms, legs and toes, all of that for anything abnormal. You want to, we've already checked her reflexes. You can also check for a cleft palate and their sucking reflex. And then we're going to measure her. You want to check their head circumference. Oh, yeah. What do you think? And you want this to be just above the eyebrows and above the ears. And then you're also going to do her chest circumference. And you want this to be just above the nipple line. I'm going to get her length, and you want to measure that from her head to her heel. And she's about 19 inches long. Okay. Make sure you keep them under the warmer so that they stay warm and don't lose any heat. I'm going to give her a shot of vitamin K. And I'm going to do a heel stick and check her sugar. We want to clean her little eyes out from the inner to outer with a cotton ball. And then we're going to apply some erythromycin ointment in each eye. Hi, Susie. We want to take her, we also want to check for lanugo. That's like the little hairs that they have. We're going to take her over to the scale and weigh her. You want to do it in a clean, dry diaper or without anything on. So we're going to zero the scale out and place her in there. And make sure you keep your hand over him for safety. You also want to check their little head whenever you're doing their assessment. You want to sit them up and check from the top. So their little fontanelles should be kind of even. They shouldn't be sunken in or bulging. Check for any molding or any kind of like lumps in their head. It could be fluid buildup, and that usually goes away on its own. And we're going to swaddle her up. And you also want to check ID bands before you do anything. Make sure that the mommy and baby's bands match, especially before any kind of separation. Levy does not like to be swaddled. So then you want to give her to the mommy so that they can either try to feed, breastfeed, they can bond, they can do skin-to-skin contact for the first hour.